Hi, Karen Cray Parker here with your weekly Human Design Evolution Report. So, the energy this week is kind of an expansion on last week. So, I want to review for just a minute the theme of last week before we look at the theme for this week. So, last week we had a lot of energy that I would call disruptive. Energy that maybe had the feeling like the rug was being pulled out from under you. The nature of this energy could have felt to some of you shocking. Certainly, the purpose of this energy was disruptive, intentionally disruptive, and had the potential to be an awakening kind of energy. This energy brought to us sort of the conclusion of a pattern of planetary positions that were encouraging us to really look at the quality of our relationships and giving us an impetus to make sure that the quality of our relationships was a reflection of our values and our value. So it all kind of came to a head last week, and that coming to a head energy really, for many of us, may have kicked us out into a place where maybe we don't know what's next. Maybe there was a little bit of rug pulling that maybe caused you to have to kind of rejigger where you were going to place your feet in order to land on solid ground. It was an energy that had the function ultimately of pushing us out of our comfort zone, pushing us out of our routine, pushing us out of our old patterns or places even where maybe we've settled, in order for us to craft for ourselves a new narrative, a new direction, a new identity. All of the planetary positions are there to wake us up and push us forward, to give us momentum and to support us in our creative process. They do it in lots of different ways and they highlight lots of different archetypes and themes, but ultimately that is the heart of the desire, if you will, of the planets to support us in our evolution. So as we've gone through this, really not just last week, but this pretty intense, cycle where we've been looking at relationships and things have been really emotional. And then there's been a lot of emotional need and a lot of upheaval and rewriting of contracts as we've been through this really intense cycle. We are now at a point where this week we're really taking stock of where we're at, looking at where we want to be, not just in the context of relationships, but in our life in general. We've cleared up our patterns. We've rewritten our agreements. We're getting more and more aligned with where we want to be, with where we need to be. And in order for us to gain momentum, we have to make sure that we're ready. And the theme this week, if last week's theme was awakening, this week's theme is being prepared. I was going to say preparedness, but that's not coming out of my mouth this morning. Preparedness, being prepared. So there's sort of an interesting irony this week. First of all, we start the week on Sunday, Monday, depending on where you are, with a new moon. Now, new moon energy is always about new beginnings. And it's a time when we set our intentions and really take stock of what's necessary for the next creative cycle, the next lunar cycle. So we have new moon energy, but the new moon energy is highlighting the gate 42, which is the gate of conclusion in quantum human design. So we have sort of moving forward and yet finishing the old as our theme of the gate 42. So it's a powerful, powerful energy that really is inviting us to ask of us the question, what needs to be cleared out of the way? What things need to be removed? What old hanging unresolved tasks or mindsets or belief systems or old ideas or things that you procrastinated, what of those kinds of things do you have in front of you that you need to move out of the way, that you need to finish up in order to create space for there to be a new opening, a new beginning? So we're really sort of being invited through this initiating energy of the new moon to finish up old business, to disentangle ourselves from all those end vestiges, those last little bits of anything that's holding you back. And also looking at, is there something that's literally holding you back? Is there something you need to get done? Some old project or some old conversation or some last hanging thread, if you will, that you need to manage in order to be better able to have the room for momentum. Sometimes, because we can't control time, but we can control timing. Sometimes one of the things we can do to control timing is to be ready. And sometimes to be ready, it means we got to make room. And that making room means sometimes we got to do cleanup. It's sort of a week of spring cleaning, if you will, on multiple levels. Clean up your house, clean up your life, clean up the old things you needed to take care of, clean up the old conversations you need to have, clean up your thinking so that you're well positioned for momentum, for you, so that you're well positioned to be ready to do the work necessary to create what you want. Now, the sun is highlighting this same energy all week. So all week we have this theme of what is hanging in the back of the closet that we've been avoiding, that if we get rid of it, if we clean it up, we'll be making room for something new, something better, something that's a better reflection of what we want and the truth of who we are. The Earth this week grounds us in the gate 32. This is, in quantum human design, the gate of endurance. Again, this is an energy that has a phenomenal connection to time and timing. It is an energy that says, get ready, be prepared. There's a theme here, right? Be prepared, do the work necessary so that when it is time, you can pull the trigger. Sometimes what happens is when we get opportunities, we're not ready. We haven't done our homework. We haven't laid the foundation. We haven't built the things that need to be in place for us to be prepared for when the timing is right. And then the timing is right and we get the call, so to speak, and we can't take action because we haven't done what we need to do. So, it's a great week for you to ask yourself, is there a website that you need to be building that you haven't built? Is there a book you need to be writing? Is there, are there things you need to do to prepare the way, to set the stage, to be ready for the next right step when it shows up? So with this 42 energy, with this, it's sun highlighting the 42 energy, the new moon hiding the 42 energy, again, the theme this week is clean it up. Clean up anything that's hanging, anything that's keeping you stuck and blocked, keeping you from having room to create what's next. The 32 is also saying, get ready, but it's a different kind of getting ready. It's not just getting rid of the old. It's also setting the stage so that you're prepared for when the call comes to take that next right step. So are there things in your life right now that you need to handle, not just finish up, but also build in order to be poised for action, momentum, when the timing is right? So it's kind of a, as I said, it's a spring cleaning kind of a week. It's a getting ready kind of a week. We're in the second part of the second quarter of the year. So we really are in this preparation phase of, if you look at this, where we are in the year in terms of gardening, we are tilling the soil and planting the seeds and making sure the bed is nice and ready to receive the baby plants. We're cleaning up the old stuff from the winter time. We're moving away all the straw and hay or whatever you did to prepare your beds and keep them safe and warm over the winter. We're doing that work to be ready so that when it's time for our dreams, if you will, to take root and to emerge and push us towards the light, we will have good, fertile soil within which to grow and upon which to build. So it's definitely a work week. It's definitely a work of serious contemplation and honest conversation with yourself around what do you need to do to get ready and to really stop procrastinating, get those things done that you need to get done so that you can be ready, so that there can be an opening for you to do whatever it is you need to do to make your dreams come true. So get to work this week. Have a great one. I'll talk to you next week.